As Days of Our Lives to one of its most beloved characters, John Black, his funeral will serve as a major event bringing back numerous familiar faces to Salem. Fans can expect emotional moments, long-awaited reunions, and shocking revelations as old wounds are reopened and fresh drama unfolds. With so many returning characters and intertwining storylines, viewers will be in for a roller coaster of emotions in the coming weeks. Vivian alamain returns, but with what agenda? One of the most surprising returns tied to John's funeral is the reappearance of Vivian alamain. While the character was previously portrayed by Linda Dano, her return date remains vague, with hints that she will resurface sometime in the spring. However, her presence at John's funeral makes perfect sense given their past connection as foster family through her ties to the alamain lineage. The question remains, will she be in Salem simply to pay her respects, or does she have ulterior motives? Shane and Andrew Donovan's brief yet impactful return in another blast from the past, fans will see Charles Shaughnessy reprising his role as Shane Donovan, appearing in early scenes where Marlena Evans and Steve Johnson demand answers from him. Shane's son, Andrew Donovan, played by Colton Little, will also be making an appearance. The two will leave Salem initially but are set to return once again for John's funeral, bringing Paul Narita, Christopher Sean, with them. After bidding their sad goodbyes, they will exit the canvas once more, but their brief visit may leave behind more questions than answers. Eric Brady's homecoming, what does it mean for his future? It's been confirmed that Greg Vaughn was present at the Days of Our Lives 60th anniversary photo shoot, signaling Eric Brady's return. While there's no official confirmation that Eric will attend John's funeral, it seems highly likely. Longtime fans know that Eric and John shared a deep bond, making his presence at the service almost inevitable. However, don't expect to see Nicole Walker making an appearance alongside him, as her return has not been mentioned. Sami Brady's explosive comeback, EJ, Johnny, and Family Secrets. Perhaps one of the most anticipated returns is that of Sami Brady. While she will, of course, be back for her stepfather's funeral, that's not the only reason for her return. She will also find herself in the middle of the latest DiMera family turmoil, particularly between EJ DiMera and Johnny DiMera. Tensions have been brewing in the DiMera household, especially after Johnny threatened to cut ties with EJ. This week's developments only foreshadow the chaos that's about to explode. Johnny will soon uncover the horrifying truth, that his father not only worked with Arnold Feniger but also played a dark role in Sami's past. Years ago, Arnold raped Sami, but Johnny will learn that EJ had also blackmailed her, forcing her into an unthinkable situation. The revelation shatters Johnny, who feels betrayed by his father in ways he never imagined. The anger and pain reach their breaking point when Johnny punches EJ, making it clear that their relationship may be beyond repair. Just as the family drama reaches its peak, tragedy strikes. EJ is shot. Who shot EJ? A new whodunit begins. EJ's shooting sends shockwaves through Salem, launching a new mystery. There have been hints leading up to this moment, including a recent scene where Gabby Hernandez was seen pulling a gun on EJ in front of witnesses. While Gabby might be on the list of suspects, she certainly isn't the only one with a motive. As the investigation unfolds, more secrets will surface, exposing even deeper betrayals within the DiMera family. For those wondering whether Dan Feuerriegel is leaving Days of Our Lives, rest assured, EJ survives the bullet. Despite his injuries, he will remain in Salem, meaning fans haven't seen the last of his devious ways just yet. The end of Amy Choi's storyline, and what's next for Sophia Choi? In related news, another Days character will be making her exit. Amy Choi, the judgmental and disapproving mother of Sophia Choi, will be leaving the show after Tate and Sophia's child is born. Rumors suggest the baby will likely be put up for adoption unless something drastic changes in the storyline. While Amy's departure seems certain, Sophia's fate remains up in the air. There's speculation that Sophia could also exit Salem in 2025 once her storyline with Tate concludes. However, there's still a chance she may take a back seat in the narrative before officially leaving the show next year. A new character arrives, but who is he? Later this year, Days of Our Lives will introduce a brand new character with deep ties to Salem's past. While the name of this mysterious newcomer hasn't been revealed yet, we do know that the actor cast for the role is Hank Northrop, the son of the late Wayne Northrop. Longtime fans will remember that Wayne Northrop portrayed the original Roman Brady before Josh Taylor took over the role. Given the actor's real-life connection to the show, his character is expected to have significant ties to Salem's history. What we do know is that this newcomer will be heavily involved in a storyline with Abe Carver. Whether he is a friend or foe remains to be seen, but his presence will undoubtedly shake things up in town. What lies ahead in Salem? With John Black's funeral serving as the catalyst for so many returns, reunions, and confrontations, Days of Our Lives is gearing up for an emotionally charged series of episodes. Whether it's Sami facing her past, Johnny confronting EJ, or the mystery surrounding EJ's shooting, there's no shortage of drama on the horizon. Add in the departures of Amy Choi and possibly Sophia, along with the arrival of a new character tied to the show's history, and it's clear that the next few months in Salem will be filled with surprises. For longtime fans, these returns offer nostalgia and closure, while new twists keep the excitement alive. No matter where these storylines lead, one thing is certain: Days of Our Lives continues to prove why it remains one of daytime television's most compelling dramas. Drama unfolds in Salem. March 6, 2025 episode of Days of Our Lives. Thursday's episode of Days of Our Lives was nothing short of gripping, with emotional confrontations, shocking revelations, and dangerous plans set into motion. The town of Salem is never quiet for long, and today's developments prove that yet again. As tensions rise, friendships are tested, relationships are questioned, and long-held secrets threaten to explode into the open. Stephanie's concern grows as Alex and Joy make a bold decision at Titan. Alex and Joy sat down with Stephanie, excited to share their big news. They had both been offered jobs at the company. However, rather than celebrating, Stephanie found herself distracted by something troubling. She couldn't shake the memory of overhearing Sarah's phone call earlier, a conversation laced with an unsettling tone. Still, she managed to congratulate them, although her enthusiasm didn't quite mask her inner turmoil. As they talked, Alex and Joy unexpectedly announced their decision to decline the job offers. This took Stephanie by surprise, and she quickly dismissed their hesitation as foolish. Why would they turn down such an incredible opportunity? But Joy's expression darkened as she revealed her real concern. She had waited too long to accept an offer with body and soul, the job she truly wanted, and now, her only option seemed to be Titan. Stephanie tried to reassure her, but Joy seemed lost in thought, anxiety clear on her face. After a few more minutes of conversation, Alex and Stephanie left, leaving Joy alone. She sat down heavily, pressing a hand to her forehead, struggling to hold herself together. Something was wrong, but she wasn't ready to admit it, not yet. Jada's fury against EJ reaches a breaking point. Meanwhile, across town, Jada found herself at war with her emotions. She had Rafe back, her relief was immeasurable, but her fury toward EJ was quickly spiraling out of control. The anger that had been simmering within her for weeks had finally reached its boiling point, and she wasn't sure if she could keep it in check much longer. EJ had gone too far. His manipulation, his deceit, she had tolerated enough. But now, she was dangerously close to stepping over a line that could change everything. How far was she willing to go to get justice? Gabby's desperation mounts as she clings to hope. Indiana. The search for Rafe. Gabby found herself growing increasingly desperate. She combed through every inch of the kitchen, searching for any shred of evidence that might lead her to her missing brother, but she found nothing. Frustrated, she turned to JJ, hoping for reassurance, and he didn't disappoint. "We'll find Rafe," JJ promised. "And we'll bring him home." But Gabby wasn't just worried about finding Rafe, she feared what EJ might do to him in the meantime. "EJ's capable of anything," she said, her voice tight with worry. "What if he—" JJ cut her off before she could finish the thought. "Killing Rafe would bring EJ more trouble than it's worth," he said firmly. He's too smart for that. But that didn't ease Gabby's fear. EJ's the only one with the answers we need, she murmured, her mind already working on a plan. We just have to find a way to get them from him. JJ's stomach twisted with unease. He recognized that look in her eyes. She was about to do something reckless. Gabby, he warned, his tone serious. Be careful. She flashed him a disarming smile. I will be, she assured him, far too casually. Then, as though it were an afterthought, she asked, by the way, are you headed to Arnold's room at the Salem Inn? JJ nodded. Yeah. Why? Gabby simply shrugged. No reason. JJ narrowed his eyes, unconvinced. Just, don't do anything you'll regret. She nodded. I promise. But the moment he walked out the door, Gabby's expression hardened. She reached for the gun that had once belonged to Rafe and held it tightly in her hands. Her heart pounded as she whispered, and I'm definitely not going to regret this. Joy's unexpected confession to JJ had barely made it out of the square when he ran into Joy, who looked shaken. Seeing her distress, he immediately switched into paramedic mode. Are you okay? He asked, concern etched across his face. Joy hesitated before nodding. I think so, she said, though her voice wavered. Let me check your pulse, JJ said, taking her wrist gently. As he counted, he noticed the way her breath hitched, the uncertainty in her eyes. You sure you don't need to go to the hospital? She shook her head. No, she said quickly. Then, after a deep breath, she finally admitted, I already know what's wrong. JJ waited patiently, not pressing her for answers, until she finally whispered, I could be pregnant. The words hung in the air between them, and JJ blinked in surprise. Oh, he said finally, before offering a small smile. Well, congratulations? Joy didn't smile back. Instead, she let out a heavy sigh. No, she murmured. This isn't good. JJ frowned. Why? Because the father, he's with someone else. JJ winced, instantly understanding the weight of her words. That's complicated. Joy let out a humorless laugh. That's putting it mildly. JJ hesitated for a moment before asking, is there anything I can do? She shook her head. No, but, thanks for asking. At the very least, JJ wanted to help in some way, so he offered, I can get you some water? Joy appreciated the gesture but was too overwhelmed to accept it. She stood up abruptly, brushing past him. I'm fine, she insisted, but the look in her eyes said otherwise. And then, without another word, she turned and hurried away, leaving JJ staring after her, worried about what she would do next. What's next for Salem? As the episode ended, Salem was teetering on the edge of several explosive revelations. Gabby was armed and ready to take matters into her own hands. Jada was struggling to keep her fury in check. Joy was burdened with a secret that could destroy a relationship. And Stephanie was beginning to question everything she thought she knew. One thing is for sure, there's no slowing down the drama in Days of Our Lives. Tomorrow's episode is sure to bring even more shocking twists, and Salem's residents will be forced to confront the choices they've made. Stay tuned.